For months now, Fatima has been struggling to live with the physical scars of what she went through in her hometown of Humera. A refugee in Kuba camp in Sudan's Gadarif state says she was about to give birth when Amhara soldiers raided the hospital. She says all the health workers fled, leaving those in critical conditions like herself to deal with the soldiers.
The doctors were preparing to do a C-section on me, but when I woke up, I found a wound bigger than a normal cesarean on my belly, and Amhara soldiers were around. When I asked about my child, they said they'd taken it and asked me to leave or die.
More than 63,000 refugees have now fled to Sudan's Gadarif and neighbouring Kassala states. The conflict in Tigray started in early November when the Ethiopian government launched a military campaign against the regional Tigray People's Liberation Front. It came after an attack on a government military base, following months of tension between the two sides. While the number of refugees coming into Sudan has seen little increase over the past few weeks, aid organizations say more than 1 million are internally displaced inside Tigray. The UN says aid convoys to the region are being blocked as fighting continues between the two sides, despite the Ethiopian government claiming victory over the Tigray People's Liberation Front in late November. The UN says 4.5 million people in the region are in need of relief, with hundreds of thousands facing severe malnutrition. It's described what's happening in Tigray an unfolding full-scale humanitarian crisis. In a video smuggled out of the Ethiopian capital last month, the head of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, a native Tigrayan, became the most senior voice to call what's happening in the region a genocide. It followed a U.S. government report describing the conflict as an ethnic cleansing of Tigrayans.
I'm not sure what the Tigray people did wrong, what their crimes are. I'm not clear why they want to declare genocide on the people of Tigray. I do not know why they want to wipe the people of Tigray from the surface of the earth. The whole world should know this.
Ethiopia's government has rejected the claims, saying that it's ready to work with international human rights experts to investigate any claim of rights violations. The Pope has called on the parties to the conflict to stop the violence and protect civilians. But many in the region say his appeals are likely to be unheard.
The Pope is a religious leader, but nobody will listen to him because he is Tigrayan, plus he's religious, but they don't accept him. Those Ethiopian soldiers, Eritrean soldiers, they don't have religion. They are religionless. They don't have religion, totally. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. They are doing very, very, very guilty things here in Ethiopia, in Tigray.
Those who can are fleeing to Sudan. Those inside Tigray can only wait for aid and for the conflict to end. Thousands of people have already been killed directly by the conflict. Aid organizations warn that, with their access blocked, thousands more could die from starvation. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Gadarif State.